A lot of times your email address is kind of a first impression to employers. So you want to make sure that whatever email address you're using to apply for jobs sounds and looks really professional. A lot of times I see students with personal email addresses that use maybe a gamer tag or some kind of slang. I would really strongly recommend against using those email addresses when you're applying for jobs in the future. Everything you see on the screen right now is not very professional looking. Employers are not going to be impressed with yo, 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 it's me at gmail.com. In general, you want your email address to have your first and last name. So I have some examples here of much more professional looking email addresses. You'll notice that generally it's some combination of a first and a last name, sometimes with periods in between. People don't always know this, but the periods in email addresses, at least in Gmail addresses, don't matter. So here's a little information page about this. So if you have the email johnsmith@gmail.com, you can put a period between John and Smith. You can put periods anywhere, and you will still receive emails to that email address. So feel free to use periods wherever you'd like in your Gmail. You'll notice that a lot of these email addresses use periods, but you could just as easily have alexsmith@gmail.com, and I think that looks just as professional. A lot of times, professionals will also add their profession in their email address. So Samantha Lee Codes at outlook.com, I think looks pretty professional. Dev is a common one that I see. You could put portfolio or CS, but I don't see those as commonly. And if you have a really, really common name, you're okay to use a number after your name. Because, you're probably not going to be able to get jrodriguez@gmail.com. But you can use your graduation year. I'd highly recommend trying to avoid using numbers, like trying to find some combination of your first, maybe middle initial and your last name. And then often if you can put something in addition onto that, like dev or IT or tech, something that distinguishes you from other people that might share your name. So if you don't have a professional email, I'd go ahead and set something up. I always like Gmail. A lot of folks use Outlook. Proton Mail is getting more and more popular. So pick any service that you'd like and set that email up. While you're setting your email up, you might as well start working on a professional looking signature for your email. So in general, whenever you set up an email, you also have the ability to create a signature that always goes at the very end of emails that you write. Try to make sure that signature looks professional. There are actually a lot of signature templates that you can find. So let's see, signature, let's say email signature template. Some people have some really fancy looking ones. Your email signature can just be text. But if you want to get a little bit fancier, feel free to check out some of these templates. You can see my email signature in one of my professional emails is very simple. It can be a very, very simple signature. Don't feel like you have to make it too complicated. And whenever you're communicating with an employer over email, try to make sure you're using proper grammar, good spelling, you're clear, concise, and to the point, you're using a professional tone, and you're responding to your emails promptly. Essentially, you're checking your inbox, once a day and responding to emails that day. You do not want an email from an employer sitting in your inbox for 5 days. The employer might have made a decision on another candidate by then. You also do not want your emails to come across as unprofessional. If you don't know how to spell or use proper grammar, employers don't like that. So make sure you're using all of those great writing skills that you got from your English classes, or you're at least using AI to kind of spell check and grammar check your emails and verify that they are kind of concise and to the point. I have to say, I really dislike reading emails that just kind of like go on forever. Generally, emails should be no more than like 3 paragraphs max, and those paragraphs should be pretty short. If you find that you are trying to type an email that's longer than that, then probably you should be setting up a meeting with that person and just talking about the topic either in person or over a video call.